remember that line by the existentialist philosopher Albert Camus. He used to say life should be lived to the point of tears. And of course he's referring not to unbearable suffering, I think, but rather to aesthetic bereavement, right? When you're moved by something so beautiful that there's almost a cognitive dissonance between what you're beholding and what you know the average to be, right? Alain de Botton famously wrote that the reason beauty can make us sad is because what it hints at is the exception, is because what it hints at is the ideal. Think about it. The term, of course, is aesthetic arrest. When you witness an architectural form, a painting, a landscape, a spectrum of colors that burns itself on your iris, you are arrested. Your cognitive apparatus is beheld in aesthetic arrest, as the mythologist Joseph Campbell wrote about. There's even a syndrome that can happen in these moments. People can be so overwhelmed, transfigurated by beauty, that they can have actual physiological effects like heart palpitations. They could even lose consciousness. We call this Stendhal syndrome. When religious pilgrims visit the Holy Land like Jerusalem, they stand in front of the synagogue, church, or mosque, and before they know it, they're on the floor. Imagine walking into the Sistine Chapel and looking up at that ceiling. Beauty is an altered state of consciousness. Beauty is an extraordinary moment of poetry and grace. Beauty cracks us open, and as Leonard Cohen said, it is through our cracks that the light gets in. So are we all addicted to beauty? Does beauty provide a drug-like high? Do aesthetics matter? I remember watching Jordan Peterson talking about why you need art in your life, and he cited people in a museum looking at the Renaissance portraitures and gawking in astonishment at billion-dollar art collections, and he asked himself, what are they doing? Why does that painting cost $1 billion? Why are people standing in front of it? They don't know what that means. We stand in astonishment, dumbstruck in wonder when we gaze upon art, because the transcendent, he says, shines through the mattis. You feel the same thing when you walk into a Gothic cathedral. Even the atheists among us are held captive by the light coming in through the stained glass, which is like light going through trees. Beauty arrests because it points to something beyond the everyday. Beauty arrests because it hints at a realm of the sacred. Beauty arrests because it awakens the religious impulse in us. Beauty can shake us out of our jadedness. There can be no cynicism in response to being overwhelmed by the beatific. Form and function matter. And so surround yourself with beauty. Listen to beautiful music. Soundscape your world. Curate your environment. Choose diligently the people you share time with. As McKenna said, you become what you behold. Introduce some art and beauty into your life. It'll seep into your pores. It'll change what lies within. It'll transform the deepest part of you. Let the music make you cry. sunset. Weep before the sadness. Listen, let it take over. Why do we cry when we see something beautiful? Because of the cognitive dissonance that needs to be resolved. The moment of catharsis is the moment of absolution. It's the moment when the wrong becomes right. So open yourself up to the experience. Awaken yourself to our common ecstasy. And go chase beauty.